Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Before I click through the charts, as usual, please click like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel if you haven't already. Share the content with friends and colleagues if you would. And check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, that is the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for 20% moves on those stock picks. In fact, just today we put out 2. And that is, when I say today, I did record these on Wednesday, by the way. We put out 2 this week, just in the last few hours, on NVIDIA and AMD. So if you trade either one of those stocks, you'd like to look at them, we have fresh analysis. Both are 5 to 10 minute video format. We do that twice a week. You can check it all out, including today's NVIDIA and AMD analysis, by signing up for wickedstocks.com. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So if you don't like what you see, including today's stock picks on NVIDIA and AMD, after 5 days, you can bow out, or within 5 days, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts. Just a reminder that a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, really, we topped out at this 318.77 formation, certainly pushed through it 1 week, closed below it. I was mentioning at that time, as long as we continued closing below it, you should anticipate over the following month or two, the channel bottom that is now at 233.95. That happened 6 weeks later. We came off of it for 4 or 5 weeks and then retested it on Wednesday, as you're probably well aware. That formation at 233.95, assuming it holds this week, above which the 336.37 channel top expected as a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 month target. The accelerator will be, I could have that shown on that chart, but I don't, would be a settlement in the coming weeks above 290.85, but I'm not going to go there just yet. I will say, as I have been, that if we close below the channel bottom at 233.95 tomorrow, Friday, by the required 1% margin, then we have a meaningful sell signal into October trade. This 191.33 to 197.13 region, rising 2/3 speed line combination, descending channel bottom, expected within 2 to 3 weeks, 3 to 5 weeks of closing the week tomorrow below 233.95 by a 1% margin. In other words, a Friday settlement at 231.61 or lower. Now, if we close today, Thursday, at 231.61 or lower, that is not, how should I put that? That is, if you're long, I would say get out. If you're then wanting to go short, I don't have a big problem with that. I just want you to know that in terms of a quote-unquote official sell signal, that would be a weekly settlement below 233.95 by the 1% margin. So if you're bottom picking this area, great. That's exactly what you should be doing, whether you're a day trader, a 3 to 5 day swing trader, a 2 to 3 week swing trader, or a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 month near-term investor. All of those apply at 233.95. It held beautifully, I might add, on the daily chart, as you can see here, at 235.31. So this is an important area. We're just off of it. The big question, of course, is can we expect bullish continuation right now? That is the path of least resistance, so to speak. But I will say that if we settle tomorrow, Friday, 231.61 or lower, we have a sell signal into later October. And if we close today, 231.61 or lower, no good reason to be long Tesla, in my opinion, as we move into Friday's trade. And then, of course, the official sell signal would be a settlement Friday at 231.61 or lower. I think I've covered the downside pretty well, but until then, you can bottom pick the 235.31 down to 233.95 region all you like. Let's talk about the day itself. 245.82, very simple channel structure. I do think after having come off of this long-term support, and we haven't come off of it much, but 245.82, how should I phrase that? I would rather you consider it an intraday resistance to the upside. Now, this is well suited for aggressive day traders, but I wanted to make it a session containment level to sort of underscore the fact that if we close above it, we should see bullish continuation over the next 2 to 3 days into this 262.30 to 262.74 region. And I'm going to say that holding above 234, 233.95, that weekly channel bottom represented here by a horizontal line, will keep this low 260s and dropping daily in reach by the end of next week anyway. I'm also going to say that over the next 2 or 3 weeks, the low 290s in reach, holding above 233.95. So, that's really the play here. For day traders, 245.82, two-sided dynamic between 233.95 and 245.82. 3 to 5 day swing traders are bottom picking 233.95 to 235.31, anticipating 262.30 to 62.74 by the end of next week or sooner. And 2 to 3 week swing traders are bottom picking the low to mid 230s, 33.95 to 35.31, expecting the 290.85 formation over the next 2 to 3 weeks by the end of October anyway. Let's go back to this chart, and I'll just give you the heads up that if we were to close above 262.74 over the next few days, then I do see, and I could put them on the same chart, but I don't have it. It's right in here. If we were to close above that low 260s, 262 handle resistance, that descending, that basically what this is an extreme descending channel top based off the last couple of days lows, and a new descending 2/3 speed line that takes into account this 278.98 high against Wednesday's 234.58 low. This area comes together nicely here, and when they run parallel like that, I really like them. They're good areas to sell into short term, and also to buy if we settle above short term. And by that I mean we could come off of here for 3 to 5 days back into the mid 230s again by the end of next week if we were to test this area over the next couple of days. And if we close above 262.74, this 290.85 rising channel top, then likely within a full week of trade, here's your 262 area, 2 weeks at the very most, where we could top out through October, fall off again. And that's why I give, this upper area in the, where are you, in the 330s, like a solid 3 to 5 months to reach. Now, I could draw the same channel top that is at 190 and change on the daily chart that I've been showing, and it comes across like this. It's parallel with this structure. It comes across like this. If we close above it, we're probably 3 to 5 weeks away from reaching 336.37. And that's right. If we close above this channel top at 190.85, we're about 3 to 5 weeks from reaching into the 330s and climbing. That is all the big picture. But I will go back to this chart and just remind you that if you didn't get long and you're more of an investor, this is the area to do so. And I really don't want to overdo it. I mean, this market's going to do what it wants to do, right? It just tested significant channel support. But if it closes tomorrow, 231.61 or lower, that is the week itself, you should position yourself for the 190s because that could happen quickly. Even if we close today, Thursday, at 231.61 or lower, no good reason to be long coming into Friday or into later October or into later year, because I do think that there's a solid chance that on Friday we would then close at or below 231.61, which sets up a 191 to 197 regional objective by the end of October, quite likely. On the way down, I can show that on the daily chart, that same descending channel bottom at 197.13 is at 198.49. And this really shows well how this becomes our next, this could be within 1 to 2 weeks, right? And it's dropping into the lower 190s as we move through October trade. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think there's really anything else to say. I'm going to leave you with this image. This is it for the day. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow with Friday's Tesla. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. Check out that NVIDIA AMD analysis we put out on Wednesday. You have a great evening.